Welcome to Radio Fixer's channel. Subscribe for upcoming videos. This is another beautiful radio from John's collection. His daughter brought this a few months ago and I'm fixing this for her. Several months ago she contacted me and brought, call loads. It was packed with parts, tubes, radios, tube testers. She's so sweet. And she brought all those for me, including this radio. I was so excited, I told her how much I appreciate it. I asked her, which of these I can fix for you? She said, no, you can have it all. I said, no, I want to fix something for you. She chose this one. She said she really liked this one. I told her I will be glad to fix it for her. This actually is a 1955 Admiral 5-tube AM radio. As you can see here, they made this in so many different beautiful colors. And last year I made a video tribute to John. I suggest highly to you guys go back and watch those videos. He has some beautiful collection of radio that last year I worked for his daughter. Of course, this was in storage for many, many years. That's why it's dirty. It's not a big deal. It can be cleaned, of course. She says she liked the color, and if I can keep the color without painting it, she says she liked the original. So let's see what I can do for her. Let's check this radio out. That's good. It has this label, which is a good thing. The sides are fine. Just, some paints are missing. It's not a big deal. Let's check this side is fine. Of course, top need to be taken care of, clean it and try to see what these are. If they're paint, I need to remove those without damaging the paint underneath. It is a backlight radio that was painted. And again, it's the Admiral. This is old cord that was cut off and they run the new wire inside this hole, which is a good idea. I never thought about doing it that way. You see how it's being cut here? Again, it is a backlight radio, but it's painted like a lime green, something like that. I'm going to try not to paint this radio, keep it the same color, just clean it up. Alright. So this is going to be next repair. I don't call it restoration, I call it repair at this time. Because I knew there's very different between repair and restoration. Let's check up here the knob. The knob is not that good condition as you can see. This one. Hopefully that can be saved. See, the numbers are gone. And it seems like the plastic also is a start. Yeah, the plastic is falling apart. Let's see what I can do with that. This is not bad. That can be cleaned. So let's start taking it apart. It is a beautiful design. First I thought this was plastic when she brought it over. And then after I examined it, I said, no, this is backlight. Painted backlight. That is the model number. See, that's the model number is a chassis 5R3. The model number is 5R36. One thing I noticed about John's radio, they were all in great condition. He knew to pick the good, radios. Alright, I'm going to use this product 409. Let's see what type of cleaning it does. Always a spray here, not on the chassis, on the paper towel. Yeah, the dirt start coming out, which is a good thing. Wow, look. She was so nice, When she went up there to visit her stepmom, she texted me with bunch of picture of her dad radios, and he has such an unbelievable collection. I almost rent a truck and go up there and fill up the truck. Unfortunately, I don't have a space I love to have my own museum, collect all these radios. Okay, cleaned up, pretty nice. I'm going to leave this stuff alone again. I'm gonna try not to paint this radio. So unique. Now I see it's like yellow. Not sure yet. I thought it was different color, but it seems like it's yellow. Let me do more cleaning. Then we're going to find out what color it is. I'm going to unsolder the antenna as well the cord from here, so I'll be able to pull the radio out of the cabinet. Before doing that, I always take a picture so I remember how to put them back together. So the red one goes there, that's the white here. And there's a screw here, you need to take this out. And also inside there's another screw which is missing. I don't know if you can see it or not, right there, that the screw is missing. That's why I'm thinking somebody else definitely work on this radio. Okay. This also is soldered to the speaker, so the speaker need to come out as well. Again, you see there's a screw from here and there also is missing. Okay. Speaker is looking good. Has a PC board, of course, as you see. Has this old PC board. See, all this need to be cleaned. Of course, it has this small vacuum tubes. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. There's a multi-capacitor here. There is another one here. There's one small capacitor, ceramic capacitor here, and one resistor there. Another resistor. It's very simple setup. See, there's no capacitor or anything in the bottom or resistor. There's a capacitor here as well. This is the first time I see a radio be this simple. Usually, there's tons of capacitors, resistors. Very, very interesting. We have to be very careful with this. Okay, that capacitor, 50 microfarad and 30 microfarad. As you see, usually inside the case are dirty. It's very dusty, so every radio is like that. So we'll take it out, clean it pretty well. I cannot wash it with soap and water because of this label. I do not want to mess with this label. I just need to glue this one down. Let's focus on this unit first. Of course, before you take anything apart, you want to document and take some picture as well. See, these are the pen need to be unsoldered. Yeah, there were 5 of them need to be unsoldered. See, I'm looking where the posts are. And look this side. This need to be removed. That need to be removed. So you want to document this so later on you know how to put them back together. I'm going to use, one of this unsolder all these parts. Since it's a PC board, that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to replace this anyhow, but I want to see how bad it is. If it's in the underneath, if it's a square, that means it's a 50 microfarad. If it's triangle, it's a 30 microfarad. Okay, let's see what they mean. See, this one is triangle, so it should be 30 microfarad. And see, this is a square here. So this should be 50. So let's test them. Yeah, that one is 31.4 microfarads. So 30 is fine. Let's check the other one. That's amazing that they still, after all these years, this capacitor. Oh, this is the one is, it's supposed to be 50 microfarad. It's just 17 microfarad. So this one is bad. But 30 was fine. Isn't it crazy? All right. Pretty interesting that is still one inside is still is in a good condition. We're going to replace them anyhow. All right. Alright, I installed these two capacitors here. The larger one is 50 microfarad and this one is 30 microfarad. I'm going to remove this as well and install, of course, new one. There is one more big capacitor here. It's right here. This one I'm going to remove too. Alright, let's pull this out. As you see, it says 0.05 microfarad, and that's a 200 volts DC. I will key that 0.05 into the database that I designed to see what's the minimum range and maximum range of, this capacitor. So I want to find out the compatible capacitor for this. So here I'm going to select 0.05. As you see, 0.05 microfarad is equal to 50 nanofarad. The minimum can be 45 nanofarad, the maximum 55 nanofarad. And here, as you see, it shows 93 nanofarad. So it's twice as much as it's supposed to be. So definitely this is bad. And this is a regular capacitor. It's not electrolytic. So let me find something to replace this with. It's going to be tough to find something like this. Alright, took this other capacitor out, 0.047 microfarad. Oh wow, look how off this is. 1.4 PF. Is totally off. See folks, that's why you have to replace the capacitors. Alright, this is the last capacitor to solder. Okay, that's done. Alright, these 4 capacitors are replaced. This one here, of course, these 2, this one is 50 microfarad, this is 30 microfarad. Also, I replaced that one with this type of capacitor, and that is 0.05 microfarad. This is also 0.05 microfarad. The original, this one was 0.047. I do not have 0.047, so I changed it with 0.05 microfarad like this one. Alright, next what I will do, I'm going to clean back of all this PC board, get rid of all those flux, using, of course, rubbing alcohol. I'm going to pour some here, then use my brush to clean it. Definitely you want to do that. Those flux sometimes it cause rust issue. Let's just pour a little bit here. Even when manufactured they did that. There's tons of flux here to see right here. So all this flux need to be cleaned. These tubes, they get so hot and like it's little black here wherever the tubes are. I guess because they get so hot. Also all these are all solder, believe it or not. It's one of those early PC board. The new one, they're copper, but these are all solder. You see how much dirt this comes out of here? These are all the flux has been washed off. There are a few things in this radio that is very interesting. I thought I'd show you. You see, you can actually unplug those wires from the speaker. Look where they put those connections. If you look at end of the wires, they have this plug. So these plugs, it goes right here into the speaker right here. So that's how you plug it and unplug it. Very interesting. I never saw this one before. Such a small unit, as you see. Very interesting radio. See how small it is, and has 5 tubes. Now let's test the radio to see if it works or not. Now let's talk about some safety issue. You're dealing with electricity. It's very dangerous. It can kill you, so be very careful, please. You need a few equipment that you can purchase it in Amazon. First one, you must have isolated transformer to keep you safe when you're working in the antique radios, and also variable condenser, or they call it variac. You can actually adjust the amount of electricity comes inside the radio. And this one, the dim bulb tester, you can actually build this yourself. You can Google it. There's tons of information out there. This is the setup I'm using on my workbench. Please make sure you know to use this equipment to keep you safe. Alright, as you see, I hooked it up to electricity right here. This goes to electricity, and the hot side of wire goes to the on and off switch. The neutral, of course, goes to ground. So everything's set. Let me turn on the electricity. I put the knob because I don't want to touch any metal section. You have to be very careful when it's out of the chassis, folks, okay? So let's turn on the variac. I still have about 118 volts. Alright, let's turn it on. Let's see what's going to happen. As you see, always keep one hand away from the chassis. Even it's hooked up to oscillation transformer, I'm always careful. Tubes light is coming on. That's a good sign. Oh, I hear something. Hopefully the tubes are okay. We don't know yet. I have not tested tubes. It seems like the volume control is not working. Alright, it started working. There is some issue with the volume control. It's making some noise if it's very low. This definitely is a volume control issue. See, as soon as I touch that, I think it's there. It needs to be cleaned. Let me clean that and then check it again. What I did, I take this out and clean the entire volume control. This is the product I used. I sprayed very well inside the volume control, from back everywhere. So we're going to test it to see if this is going to solve the issue, or are we still going to hear noises like what you heard before. One thing about the quality of this radio, first, it's pretty thick backlight. It's pretty heavy as well. What they did with this cabinet that I have not seen with any other radio yet, see where the screws plugged in? Usually, you know, other manufacturers, they just leave a plastic, and if you put the screw too tight, it's going to crack this. They actually put a metal here. It's like a nut they installed inside every screw. You see that? Except the corners. As I was trying to say, in the corners, that's usually what you see in every other radio, not this one. This one, they install all this. See? Is a metal for the speaker here, and also back there. Again, I haven't seen this in other radio. I thought it was very well done, very well built. I wish all the radio they did that. You know, many of the bakelite or plastic radios, there are issues because people, they tighten this screws too tight and it cracks all this, but this is in perfect condition. Even somebody worked on this before. A few screws are missing. I found some screws in my toolbox that I'm going to use it to install this. Just want to show this to you, the quality of this radio. Pretty heavy bakelite. Alright, let's start putting it together. You have to be very careful with this. These tubes, as soon as you touch it, they get loosened up. As you remember, it goes in this slot right here. Alright, there's two screws going to hold this to the cabinet. One from this corner right there, you see that one? The other one, of course, from other side. Alright, I cleaned this knob, one of them, as you can see. Of course, this is the product I used to clean it. See the difference? Of course, this was after washing, cleaning with the soap, and this is after polishing. So I'm going to polish this one as well. Alright? As you notice, I removed that factory plug out. So this is how I installed it. I used one of these O-ring washer like that. Install it here, run the wire through it. It looks much better. As you remember, this used to go in this hole, which really should go right where the plug was designed for. So that's how it looked like. And as you see, the back panel is in excellent condition. Yeah, this is original color. I just polished it. As you see now, this is look much better. You can at least read it this time. Alright, I cleaned it as well as I could. So let's test it. As you see, this is such a beautiful color. It depends of the light. Sometimes it's like a very light green, sometimes it's darker yellow. Very unique color. So let's turn it on to see how it sounds. As you know, tube radio is going to take a little while to come on.
By Samuel. This is scoring. Samuel was draped over the top of Chiwa, who really pinned him. There's the restricted area.
Tyrese just had his lost his discipline there. His arms came down, clear foul, and now we've got 4 bigs, 4 fouls, 3 bigs.
Fox Sports Radio, the most fearless voices. Cowherd is bold, unique, and outspoken.
Alright folks, let me turn this down. It sounds incredible for this little radio. I'm pretty happy with the end results. I sent her the video, she was pretty excited about it. She's gonna stop by to pick up this radio. I'll be honest with you, it takes so much time to make these videos, editing, uploading, and make sure there's enough information that it actually makes sense, you know, if you want to follow. At this time, I want to take the opportunity and thank my subscribers with their uplifting comments. You always encourage me to upload more videos, since this is just a hobby of mine. Again, I appreciate you, enjoy all these videos, and you all have an awesome day. Take care. If you're interested to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and you will be notified when a new video being uploaded. You have a great day.